Welcome to the last video on creating a music game. So in most of these videos I go over making a title screen and so on, but I mean that's pretty standard now, and if you haven't watched my other videos I recommend you check them out. But we're just going to go straight into the stuff and make a win and lose screen, no title screen needed. You're just going to load up the game and be on the song screen. Let's do that. We're going to go to our build settings, go to our project here, and drop our game into here. So now that's scene 1. And we're going to go ahead, save our scene again, and make a new scene. So go to new scene. And we have a nice new scene now. I'm actually going to duplicate my game scene and load that up and call it wind screen. We'll do the wind screen first. And the reason I do that is just because I don't feel like re-getting all the colors and stuff. Easier if I just delete everything from here after copying it. We want to keep our canvas. I don't know why I deleted the canvas. It's the one thing we wanted. There we go. So I just want all my standard texts and sizes and colors and stuff. This is what we're dealing with here. We have a blank slate. We can delete these things. Actually, this will be our score. So that's your final score. Your multiplier here, and then your highest streak, which we don't know what our highest streak is yet, but we're going to make something to save that. That's going to be in our add streak. So if your streak is my bad, if your player prefs dot get int streak, or actually we can just say streak. If your streak is greater than your player prefs dot get int, we'll call it high streak, your highest streak, I guess. Then we want to set our highest streak to our streak. Easy enough. So if our streak is greater than our highest streak, we want to set our high streak to our newest streak. Okay. There we go. So now we know what our high streak is, and we also want to reset this on our play. We want to reset all of our player prefs on play. And I think there's actually a function for that where you can just delete all player prefs. I mean, might as well. I mean, we don't really want to delete them all though. We just want to reset a couple. So we're going to reset our score to 0 whenever we make a new game. We're going to reset our rock meter. We're going to reset our streak to 0 because that's important. We don't want to reset our high streak because that's our highest streak. Actually, we do want to reset our high streak. We don't want to reset our high score though. High streak is just for when you're done with a song. It tells you your highest streak in the song. Unless, I don't know, you want to make it different. So let's just do that. Our multiplier should be set to 1 each time. That's important too. For some reason our multiplier starts at that. We don't want to make it start at 1 though. And everything's looking good. So now we can get all that stuff that we just set up. Let's do that on our screen here. So this will be your score. We'll copy this text, give it a nice modern blue look. I like that color. We'll say your score. Score is this, and this was your score you got in there. And then we'll do like your high score being like your highest score that you've gotten in your history of playing the game, and that will be this number, which we're just going to get our high score. And this will be distinguishably different from the other ones. We're just going to move it down. All the other stuff will be at the top here. So now we have our score. We're going to have our high streak and maybe something else there. I don't know. Highest streak. We're going to make that be your high streak, and we want to get your percent of notes hit, I guess. notes hit, which would be a fraction. Something out of something else, basically. To get our notes hit, we need to get our streak. I guess to get our notes hit, we need to realize how many notes we've hit. So every time, and we'll reset this too. We're going to make a new player pref called notes hit. We'll set that equal to 0 on the start of a new game. And then every time we add a streak, we can assume we hit a note. So we're just going to take our notes hit, and we're going to set that equal to our notes hit plus 1. That will be our notes hit. And our notes hit is going to be a number out of another number. To make sure that works, we'll put like a couple zeros here, align it to the right side, put that about in the middle of our notes hit, and now we're gonna duplicate this. We'll set this to notes hit, by the way. We'll just duplicate that. Set this one to the left side now. Make that an out of, and then however many notes. I counted there are 52 notes in this song. And there you go. So depending on whatever song you want, you're going to have a different win screen for each one. Or you can just make this number be flexible to the song. That's up to you. You guys can optimize these however you want to. I encourage that you make changes. I'm just going to give you the bare bones to get you started. That's your notes hit, that's your score, it's your highest streak, and that's your high score, which will make be a more deep blue. That's like the big number. And then we can get rid of these down here. We don't need those. Yes, we do want to break our prefab. There we go. And this is the win screen. So now we want to make it so when we win, it goes to the win screen. So we're going to make this be using Unity Engine scene management. And we'll go down to our win screen here. Instead of doing that, we're going to do scene manager load scene, and we're going to load the ID of our win screen, which would be 1, whatever you want the win scene to be. And as for lose, we're going to do scene manager load scene 2, not 3, 2, and that's our lose screen. So we're going to win. We're going to go right to this scene right after we save it. Go to our build settings again, and then drag our win screen down there. Let's load up our game screen and play the game. Let's see how many notes we could hit out of the 52. Maybe I'll get a perfect song this time. Damn it. That was terrible. So our highest score, oh, I switched those two values. And these all are wrong too. But as you can see, we have our score here. I need to fix some stuff. That was a big mistake on my part. So we have to take all of these things up here, and we're gonna remove the set PP thing. We don't need that. Make sure that this one's set to our high streak, this is set to our score, and this one needs to be set to our high score down here. Not this one. That should be nothing. This should be our high score. I gotta make sure we're actually even setting our high score because it didn't look like it worked. If I go to my game manager, where would we be setting our high score? I don't think I ever set up high score. Did I? Okay, well when we win, we're gonna do player prefs dot set int high score to our player prefs. God damn it, PLP get int score. But we're only gonna be doing that if put one of those in. We're only gonna be doing this if our player prefs get int high score. You know the drill. So if our player prefs get int high score is less than our player prefs get int score, then we will do that. And that looks pretty good. Let me make sure that this 52 is actually I left that on the 52. You got to make sure you remove that stuff from your GUI. That was a mistake on my part. Okay, so now if we look at the final screen, this is what it should have looked like, except our high score code is now implemented, so we can redo that. So we got our score, we got our highest note streak, which was 19, not bad, and we have our notes hit, 37 out of the 52. You could convert that to a decimal. That's so easy. I'm not even going to go over how to do that. But let's go back to the game, give it a run, see if we can get some new stats. And then we'll do the buttons, so. Damn it. This is going to be a good one. That was a good one. So we got a new high score. We hit 40 out of the 52 notes, and our highest streak was 19. Not bad. We can even put the name of the song on our win screen. So we're going to call this song, my caps lock is on. Is not on, actually. Our Song of Storms. We'll make it be a different color blue, maybe like a brighter color. And then we'll raise our font size up. Center that out good. There we go, Song of Storms. That's our progress report. We have our high score, our score, highest streak, our note hit, and now we can put a little button in that says like play again maybe. So we'll do a UI button. We'll say play again. We're just going to put a square on it. By default, the normal color is going to be invisible, but when you hover over it, we'll give it a nice highlight of like a blue color. And when you press it, it will go to like a dark blue. And for our button, we want the text to be the usual Vertigo. Increase the font size, or make it say play again. Make that text be black maybe? Might be too dark. It's a little hard to see. We'll make the text be not white. I guess dark black would be good. Like full black. It's not bad. It'd be better though. There we go. That looks like it can be pressed. I'm gonna raise the size of this button too. Make it look awesome. Make it take up like the whole bottom half of the screen. There you go. So now when you hover over the play again button, you have the option to play again. But we can't use it yet because we have to make a quick adjustment to be able to use it. No worries though. We'll just call this thing BF. We're going to make a script called BF for button function. Open it up. I don't know where it went. Didn't open, I guess. Try that again. There it is. We're going to have our public void. This will load .ui. This will load our scene. We'll call it public void load scene. I don't know why I'm using UI. I should be using scene management. And we're going to call the scene manager, and we're going to load whatever ID we put in. So we're calling it int A. We're going to do scene manager.load scene A. That will load the right scene, and that will make public void quit, which will quit the game, and that will do application dot, not whatever that is, application dot quit. and that will quit our game. Now we can take our button function object, drag it into our prefabs. Once it's done compiling, drag it into our prefabs. We can delete it from our scene. We don't need it there anymore. Go to our play again. Press add here. Choose this. Choose BF. You could find it. Assets. BF. Functions. BF. Load scene. We're going to load scene 0 when we press play again. Now when we press play again, we will go to the screen. If we go back to here, everything has been reset except for our high score because we want to keep that in between plays. Now we need to make the losing screen, which will be similar to this screen. So we're just gonna save the scene as. We can even just make the losing screen go to here, but we're just gonna make a new scene. So we're gonna save this one as lose, and the losing screen is gonna say that we lost. I mean, we could display all the same shit, but it shouldn't be rewarding. It's a losing screen. We're gonna have Song of Storms. Under it, we're gonna write that we failed it. In like a meaner. We'll use that high score blue color to say that we failed it. There we go. And then we'll have the play again option in the center of the screen. And we'll put a quit button in under that too. Make this one say quit. And now we'll go to our quit button. Use the quit button. Copy this button actually. I'm going to reuse that in our other win screen. There we go. We'll have the play again option, and then under that we'll have quit option. Then our canvas. We have quit below that. Quit does what we want to do, play again does what we want to do. Let's give it a go. Our game is complete, guys. So let's just play the game. We're on the first scene. Actually, wait, before we do this, go to our build settings and put the lose in here. That's important. Save it now. We'll play from the game screen too. So we load up our game and we're gonna lose for this first time. So let's just put in a bunch of inputs. And glad we caught this bug. For some reason I thought we lost. And we didn't reach the bottom yet. We weren't even close to the bottom. Perhaps... Oh, it has to move 1.5 over. Okay. So our rock meter, instead of moving by divided by 25, it should be adding up to 1.5, which means we need to divide by a totally different number. How many times can 25 fit into 1.5? Let's find out. 25 divided by 1.5 should be moving over by should be 16.6, I guess. And that should work. 16.6 with a bunch of 6s after. We gotta make that a float, I bet. The reason for that is before we only had the meter moving 1 over, and 1 over only gets you to here. You want to move 1.5 over. So the 16.6 should take us all the way to the end before we lose. And as you can see, now we go off when we lose. The Song of Storms failed. We can quit the game or we could play again. We're going to choose to play again, and now we're going to beat it. Hopefully getting our rock meter all the way to the top. Now we have a problem though, where we play again and the music doesn't quite line up. The reason for that is that it's playing the music on awake, so the music's starting late. When the music starts, the notes need to start coming, as opposed to other way around. So if I play it in this game mode, we have the notes coming down. And it lines up perfect. And if we play again, it won't work now, because the music starts a little bit late. And you can see that the delay is the notes are coming too early. The music's starting too late. I'm not really sure how we can exactly fix that. We need to just make sure that the music and the notes start moving at the same time. To do that, we can use a player pref boolean. That's what we'll do. So in our game manager, we're gonna in our start, we're gonna wait a bit maybe. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Okay, so in our notes, this is an unexpected error, but it does need to be addressed and it does need to be fixed. So I'm kind of happy it happened now instead of your game's not working. So if we go to our game manager, in the start of here, we're going to take our player prefs. We're going to set a boolean. Or there is no int. Okay, so we're going to set an int. We're going to call it start equal to 0, and that means don't start. And we're going to put this in the both win and lose screen. So if we win or lose, anytime it leaves the scene, basically, we want to set that to 0, which means it won't start. And now when we come back to the scene, we want to set it to 1. So when the game starts, when the game manager is ready to go, when the game starts, we want this to be equal to 1. And now in all of our notes, we'll open that up. Instead of doing it on the start, we want to do this. We want to put this in our update. And we're going to see in our update if player prefs dot get int start is equal to 1. Then we'll start moving, and we only want to call this once too, so we're going to make a bool called, and once this is called, we no longer want to call it, so called equals true, otherwise called is equal to false. This is pretty sloppy, but this will work fine. And it won't do this if called is equal to true. There you go. Now we need to make our music start at the same time as well. So we got to do actually some scripting on our music here. For Song of Storms, we don't want to play on a lake anymore. We want to choose when we play it. So we're going to call this the music manager, I guess. We'll open it up. I have an error in game manager line 19. Let me see what that is. Apparently I do. Oh, it's gone now. So we go to our music manager now. We're going to do the same exact thing basically. Where on our update, and we'll just copy it right from our note. We're going to need a bool called equals false. If player prefs equal to start and called, instead of setting our RB to velocity, we're going to do get component audio player or something, audio source. Yeah, and we're going to call play. There we go. This should work now. So they should only be playing when they're ready. Line 19, we're still getting an error in our game manager on line 19. I don't really know why. Is that part of the problem? Okay, that was part of the problem, I guess. Whatever. Now we come in, I don't hear the music playing, nor do I see the notes moving, which is kind of good. It means that the song isn't starting up. Did I call it start? Is it equal to 1? We're going to set int start to 1. Okay. Oh, and not called. My bad. Yeah, and not called. Okay, that's why they're not starting. Which is good though. They're not. Neither of them are starting. We want them to start at the same exact time. Okay, now they're starting up, and it should be lined up. Or it doesn't look like our notes are moving now. Did I apply that here? Yeah. But for some reason, it's not doing this. Let me just make sure. This is a very long video, but I'm finishing the series in this video, so it doesn't really matter if I go over the usual time. Okay, now it worked. That was weird. It should line up. If I play again, it should line up. Here they come. Maybe I just forgot to save it. I might have just forgot to save it. And now they will constantly line up. So the reasoning for that is that the music was playing on awake, and awake is called before start. We don't want the music to play on awake. We want the music to play with everything else. So to do that, we're just using this start thing here. So once the game manager is ready, everything else gets ready. So the game manager decides when everything starts, and that will keep everything standard. So that's it for the tutorial. If I missed anything, let me know in the comments. If you're part of my club and you're watching this, just let me know in person. I'll go over anything if anything was unclear at all. But this is how to make a music game in Unity, similar to Guitar Hero. We have score, we have streak, we have multiplier, we have high score, we have notes hit out of a percent. Everything you can need. So thank you for watching. I hope you guys have fun creating your own music games. Check out some more tutorials if you're interested in making more games. I have tons on the channel, so thanks for watching.